July 31st, 1997, Saab owners from around the United States and Canada converged in Waterville Valley, New Hampshire for 4 days to celebrate half a century of Saab automobiles. This anniversary edition of the annual Saab Owners Convention proved to be the largest gathering of Saab owners ever and a thoroughly memorable event.
The obvious question to me is, what makes these people so passionate about Saab? And talking to them and watching them over the weekend, there seems to be two main things. One is the passion they have for the racing heritage and the rally heritage of Saab. The way they love to drive the cars hard is one thing that really brings that passion. And then there's another group that just likes the company because it's a different company. It dares to be different, and that whatever is conventional isn't necessarily what Saab's going to do. They're going to do what's right no matter what, and that's what brings that passion.
In keeping with Saab's competitive heritage, Skip Barber Driving School staff offered on-track instruction. Saab 900 turbos provided the inspiration.
Saab has a lot of very enthusiastic owners, and a lot of them want to take better advantage of the good handling that they know their cars have. You know, when they're out on the street, they get a good feel from the car, but they really want to explore the limits. And so we're putting on a school here for them today to teach them some good driving habits, some good performance driving habits, so they can really feel their car at the limit without putting themselves in danger. And of course we're in a closed track here, a closed environment, and it's an opportunity for them to really get the best out of their vehicles and themselves.
Owners tested their own cars on the Speedway's banked turns and got a taste of driving like the pros. Saab's racing heritage was brought to life in the Vintage Race Exhibition, where the sights and sounds of yesterday's Saabs thrilled both long-time and first-time Saab owners and enthusiasts.
Of course, when Saab has the 50-year anniversary, it's important to have the vintage cars here, especially showing the, tradition in the company, always building interesting cars. And we started in 1949 with front-wheel drive cars. It was two-stroke engines at that time. Now we have turbos, but the character and the road holding and the quality and safety is the same today. And I think it's very important to show that for the present owners that is purchasing our new cars, that the Saab feeling in the cars is nothing new. It has been there for 50 years.
Autocross provided additional challenges for owners as they raced the clock through this torturous course. Good tires and brakes were essential, and Saab proved up to the challenge. Don't try this at the supermarket. Skip Barber instructors gave those participants who didn't feel like taking the wheel a taste for speed. Hot laps around the challenging New Hampshire International Speedway course drew huge crowds. One of the most memorable moments came as participants headed north from the Speedway to the Waterville Valley Resort in convoy. Over 300 Saabs, led by a 1952 Model 92, circled the track and headed out for the evening's festivities. Saab history fresh in mind, it was time to begin thinking about the future. The promised unveiling of the 9.5, Saab's vision of things to come, had everyone wondering. Everyone got a chance to refuel and catch up with old friends at the informal dinner first, and then it was time for the show.
This is the first time in the United States that we have shown the 9.5 on U.S. soil. So it's very exciting for us. As you know, or may know, we did show the car to the international press in June. We've had fantastic press reviews on the car. And even for the few articles that have been written so far in the U.S., it's been overwhelmingly positive. I'm just going to tell you real briefly a few things about this car. It's our first entry in the luxury segment ever, in the luxury sedan segment. And it has three very special firsts in the industry. It is the first car to ever have a safety feature called the Saab Active Head Restraint System. And you'll see it when you look at the car. It mechanically comes up in a rear-end collision to protect the occupant from whiplash, which is the most common injury in an accident of that type. Secondly, it has ventilated seats, fans in the seat that actually pull the moisture from your body. It keeps you cool. The third thing it has is an asymmetrically turbocharged V6 engine. It's the first time we've ever turbocharged a V6. It is an incredible drive and has the low-end torque that you expect from Saab. In addition to that, it has 15 patents in either safety features or powertrain features, which makes it one of the most innovative cars on the road. So with that, I'd like to unveil the new 9.5 from Saab. Now what I'd like to do is we're going to open up the fences, and you can all come in and take a closer look, and it'll be on display as well tomorrow if you don't get a good chance tonight. Thank you very much for coming tonight.
The first in the U.S. to experience the new Saab, owners liked what they saw when the covers came off.
Burn that lead.
Saturday dawned, and with it the excitement built as the Concorde Saab assembled. Virtually every make and model year was represented, and owners' attention to detail was obvious.
This is something fantastic, you know. I don't think there could be any other country where you can get so many Saabs together. And the owner here, there's also another thing, you know, they're so Saab. I wish we had people like this all over the world, but that's what we need. Any model we have made is here today.
There were even some examples that Saab engineers had never imagined. From a 2,000 horsepower Saab-bodied dragster to more subtle personal variants.
It took me 3 years to build this car. It's an 83 Saab 900, and basically it's the driveline out of a GT Mustang fabricated into a body. The 5-liter came out of a 90 Mustang. It's got a Vortec R-trim supercharger. It's about 6,000 RPM. It's putting out about 610 horsepower.
Well, suppose you want something in a smaller Saab.
68 Saab Sonnet 2. It's got a Saab turbo motor in it. I felt it should have a Saab motor instead of a Ford, so that's what I did it for. It's rear-wheel drive, Ford 9-inch Buick 5-speed gearbox. 1,840 pounds. Yeah, it runs good. Yeah.
Well, we've got a 72 Saab 96, and it's never been done. So we took it on ourselves to challenge ourselves and have a nice little project. Just had a great time building it. Great showpiece. Meet a lot of interesting people through a vehicle like this.
It was something that I could work on. It was simple and front-wheel drive and not too powerful, so I didn't get hurt with it.
They're fun cars. They handle well. They're reliable. They're dependable.
And they're different. They dare to be different.
Unique. Very unique.
I love the design of it because the front of it is like a sports car, the back of it is like a utility wagon.
Right.
It's sporty and fun to drive, but it's like having a station wagon because you can just put all kinds of stuff in it, furniture, and you know, I've moved several times with my Saab, but I think safety is number one, knowing I'm safe if I get in an accident.
The way they handle their uncharacteristic quality, the ingenuity behind them.
They're safe. What's that spell? What's the word? Saab.
I wanted something that would be sporty and fun to drive, but practical as well. And with this car, when I take it to the track to drive my racing, I can put a week's worth of equipment. I can put a spare set of track tires, all four, and everything in it to last me a whole week. And there aren't many cars that you can do that with. I was a captain of a ski team. I'd carry a couple of people and all their skis to a race and back, and you know, you can't do that in many things, but it's like a station wagon or a Saab.
This car is very accessible to get the different. It's engineered wise, very good that way, And we like the fact that it's got the hatchback. It's my wife with her artwork, and me with all my different paraphernalia that I carry. It works fine. And she would never have a minivan because she don't like to be stereotyped.
The thing that I've found most distinctive about Saab owners, and it hasn't been very widely reported, is that they're their own people. I guess if someone is a little bit uncomfortable with who they are, what their role in the world is, what their role is among society, they probably might not buy a Saab.
The group portrait gave everyone a chance to get into the picture, from Saab's first model 92 to its all-new sibling, the 95. Working attendees were the Saab service representatives, selected from around the country to compete in the annual Saab Master Technician Competition.
16 finalists from throughout the United States who come today to compete in a hands-on competition that will identify the 4 best technicians that we have in the country. Some people might ask us, why does Saab go to all this trouble to put on a competition such as this? Well, the answer is really simple. Our dedication to service and fixing cars right the first time is paramount. And we are doing everything we can to build customer enthusiasm and technician enthusiasm in contests like this, build up our technicians' desire for getting the latest in training and servicing those cars right the first time.
Around the resort, the Saab marketplace was in full swing, with something Saab for everyone, and then some.
The coolest thing we have is absolutely free. We have these custom homemade turbo and 900 necklaces. We give them away free.
This is from the 57 to 64.
We've got shop tools, shop manuals, V4 owner's manual, the original shop service manuals for the 99, 95, 96, as well as assorted manuals for the 900 and 9000.
Base manifold for 2 Weber carburetors, 45 DCOE, originally through the Saab Sport and Rally catalog for the rally cars. First came out in the early 70s and then used up until about 1980.
I could have sold dozens of these shirts.
Lock cylinders for 93s, brand new.
Them are tires that came from Sweden. They used to use these in Sweden for ice racing. We was never allowed to use them in the United States. The spikes are screwed in, mount a nice clock in there, and be a nice showroom piece.
Limited slip differential for the 99s and 900s, and one of our members is having these made up. This is our prototype, and it will be at a price considerably less than what they've been in the past, so people are pretty anxious to get this.
I'd say Saab t-shirt, particularly if you're not wearing anything new.
Saab seminars and tech sessions offered a fun and informative way for participants educated sometimes enthusiasts on many different topics, ranging from the Saab history to the inner workings of the Saab transmission. This chance to share knowledge provided something of interest for everyone and a special insight into the spirit of Saab. Road rallies are a popular activity at each annual Owners Convention, blending beautiful scenery with the joy of exploring new terrain in a favorite Saab. And of course, there's the challenge of returning with a winning score.
Hi there. How'd you do?
I don't know.
Did you have a good time?
Yeah.
That's all that matters.
The Saab rally team was there to lend support, and former champ Eric Carlson presented Sam Bryan and Rob Walden with trophies he had won in the 1962 RAC rally.
All the effort you do and time, you work more to have them than me.
Well,
and I know you're trying, both of you, very well.
A memorable moment for everyone. Saturday evening's banquet once again brought everyone together. Previous Saab CEO Ralph Millett, the man who brought Saab to the U.S., celebrated his 80th birthday among hundreds of well-wishers. Current Saab USA CEO Joe Manby took the opportunity to share his thoughts with the crowd.
I firmly believe that leading a company in the 90s, you can't just focus on numbers, you can't focus on sales goals only. That people, if they're going to come to work and be excited about coming to work, they need to know that the company believes in something beyond just the bottom line. And it's very meaningful as an employee to help be part of a company that builds one of the most, well, really, probably the best performing car, or close to the best performing car in the world. Certainly one of the most safe cars in the world, one of the most environmentally friendly cars in the world, and one of the most intelligent cars in the world. And that's when it's fun to come to work, and it's fun to live by those values, and that's what we're going to accomplish.
Even on the final day of the Owners Convention, plenty of activities were scheduled, such as the parts auction, which offered last-minute bargains on treasures, with the proceeds going to charity.
$35 at $40. $40. $40. $50 for the pair. $50 for the pair.
Saab Jeopardy tested Saab fans' knowledge of trivia with tough questions.
Next question. What was the name of the designer who gave the 92 its distinctive appearance?
And participants weren't slow with often innovative answers.
16 Sassoon. 16 Sassoon.
My name's Jack Lumberg from New York. I own 3 Saab.
The corporate roundtable wrapped things up with an open exchange between Saab management and owners that left everyone with a better understanding of Saab's strategies and plans for customer satisfaction and enthusiasm in the North American market.
The issue is, we know there are about 3,800 or 4,000 people a year in the U.S. who love that 9,000 hatchback, and they buy it, and you're passionate about it, and we know that. I mean, we certainly hear that over and over again. There's no doubt about it. The issue is, what is the specification for that part, and will Saab continue to demand the standards of a Saab in the future? And the answer to that is yes.
From the early Saab gatherings in the late 50s to today's enthusiastic get-together, these events are more than just annual meetings of men, women, and their favorite four-wheeled machines. For Saab enthusiasts, it's here at the Owners Conventions that the spirit of Saab, that bond that unites fans of the Swedish mark throughout the world, truly shines bright. If you've never experienced it, perhaps you'll point your favorite Saab in the direction of the next Saab celebration.